Hello there. Are you ready for tonight's story? Well, tonight we go back to the Dr. Seuss book and we read Yertle the Turtle. Are you ready? On the faraway island of Salamasand, Yertle the turtle was king of the pond. A nice little pond. It was clean, it was neat. The water was warm, there was plenty to eat. The turtles had everything turtles might need, and they were all happy, quite happy indeed. They were, until Yertle, the king of them all, decided the kingdom he ruled was too small. "I'm ruler," said Yertle, "of all that I see, but I don't see enough. That's the trouble with me. With this stone for a throne, I look down on my pond, but I cannot look down on the places beyond. This throne that I sit on is too low down. It ought to be higher," he said with a frown. "If I could sit high, how much greater I'd be. What a king! I'd be ruler of all that I could see." So Yertle, the Turtle King, lifted his hand, and Yertle, the Turtle King, gave a command. He ordered 9 turtles to swim to his stone, and using these turtles he built a new throne. He made each turtle stand on another one's back, and he piled them all up in a 9-turtle stack. Then Yertle climbed up. He sat down on the pile. What a wonderful view! He could see most a mile. "All mine," Yertle cried. "Oh, the things I now rule! I'm king of a cow, and I'm king of a mule, I'm king of a house, and what's more beyond that, I'm king of a blueberry bush and a cat. I'm Yertle the turtle, oh marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see." And all through that morning he sat up high, saying over and over, "A great king am I," until long about noon. Then he heard a faint sigh. "What's that?" snapped the king, and he looked down the stack, and he saw at the bottom a turtle named Mac, just a part of his throne. And this plain little turtle looked up and said, "Beg your pardon, King Yertle. I've pains in my back and my shoulders and knees. How long must we stand here, your majesty, please?" "Silence!" the king of the turtles barked back. "I'm king and you're only a turtle named Mac. You stay in your place while I sit here and rule. I'm king of a cow and I'm king of a mule. I'm king of a house and a bush and a cat. But that isn't all. I'll do better than that. My throne shall be higher," his royal voice thundered. "So pile up more turtles. I want about 200. "Turtles! More turtles!" he bellowed and brayed. And the turtles way down in the pond were afraid. They trembled, they shook, but they came, they obeyed. From all over the pond they came swimming by dozens, whole families of turtles with uncles and cousins, and all of them stepped on the head of poor Mac. One after another they climbed up the stack. Then Yertle the turtle was perched up so high he could see 40 miles from his throne in the sky. "Hooray!" shouted Yertle. "I'm king of the trees, I'm king of the birds, I'm king of the bees, I'm king of the butterflies, king of the air. Ah me, what a throne, what a wonderful chair! I'm Yertle the turtle, oh marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see." Then again, from below in the great heavy stack, came a groan from that plain little turtle named Mac. "Your Majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below we are feeling great pain. I know up on top you are seeing great sights, but down at the bottom we too should have rights. We turtles can't stand it. Our shells will all crack. Besides, we need food. We are starving," groaned Mac. "You hush up your mouth," howled the mighty King Yertle. "You've no right to talk to the world's highest turtle. I rule from the clouds, over land, over sea. There's nothing, no nothing that's higher than me." But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise. Up over his head in the darkening skies, "What's that?" snorted Yertle. "Say, what is that thing that dares to be higher than Yertle the king? I shall not allow it. I'll go higher still. I'll build my throne higher. I can and I will. I'll call more turtles. I'll stack them to heaven. I need about 5,607. But as Yertle, the Turtle King, lifted his hand and started to order and give the command, that plain little turtle down below in the stack, that plain little turtle whose name was just Mac, decided he'd taken enough, and he had. And that plain little lad got a little bit mad, and that plain little Mac did a plain little thing. He burped, and his burp shook the throne of the king. And Yertle, the turtle, the king of the trees, the king of the air, and the birds and the bees, the king of a house and a cow and a mule, well, that was the end of Turtle King's rule. For Yertle, the king of all Salamasand, fell off his high throne and fell plunk in the pond. And today the great Yertle, that marvelous he, is king of the mud. That is all he can see. And the turtles, of course, all the turtles are free, as turtles and maybe all creatures should be.
Yertle was not a good king, was he? He thought only of himself, and he only thought about how wonderful he was, and he didn't make life better for the people he was supposed to be leading. Our leaders are supposed to make our lives better. Our leaders are supposed to look out for the people they lead, not for themselves. And when we get a leader who looks out only for him or herself, we call that person a tyrant. And Jesus warned us against leaders like that. Jesus said, if we want to lead, if we want to be important, then we need to serve. We need to be servants. And being a servant means that we put the needs of another person ahead of our own, that we treat others even better than we treat ourselves. Imagine that. Jesus was that kind of leader. Jesus served others even though he is the King of Kings, not just king of some turtles, but king of the universe. He still served others, and he calls us to serve others. So if you want to be important, if you want to be a leader, figure out how to serve others. Jesus taught us that because to serve others is an act of love. And Jesus, you know how much Jesus loves us. He loves us this much. So God bless you. God bless you that you remember always that you are the beloved child he created you to be. And good night.